The lighthouse, one of the most important structures ever constructed in human history. Weary fishermen have relied on that guiding light for millennia. Westheimer Rd in Houston might not be where you'd expect to see one, but here this symbol of the seashore guides hungry diners, not ships, to a Gulf Coast institution.
A lot of people tell us it feels like home. It's so comfortable. You see the same employees. Obviously the food, we only serve Gulf Coast shrimp. We only have American catfish. We make everything by hand. So I think that's a big part of it.
Christie's Seafood and Steaks holds the title of Houston's oldest restaurant, but it actually began on the Galveston shore in 1917. After a few moves and expansions, it anchored in Houston and became an area favorite. Maria Christie is the third generation to steer this ship.
Good. Well, they're hand-breaded. I mean, that's why they're so good.
Despite her last name, Maria has no relation to the restaurant's original owner. Neither did her father, Jim, when he bought the business back in 1967. And that's because Jim was originally James Priovalos, a Greek immigrant who was dear friends with the Christie family. He changed his name to continue their legacy and to celebrate the country that embraced him when he was fleeing civil war. Being an American, becoming an American, it's a big deal to your dad, wasn't it?
It was an extremely big deal. So when my dad, he came to America on the SS Constitution in 1955, and I think he landed in America January 26th. And every year, my dad would let us know, today is the day I came to America. And we were like, that's fantastic, Dad. We had to celebrate it.
It was a special day.
It was a special day, yeah, because it changed his life. Because my dad, Greece was, in 1955, they had finished a civil war. There was a lot going on. There wasn't much hope. And most Europeans fled the country for a new life, a new destiny. So the fact that my father had the opportunity to come here was pretty amazing.
A hub for the Greek community and a place for families to gather, Christie's has been serving up plates of blackened salmon and sizzling steaks for more than a century. It's not just your everyday Houstonians either who come here for the surf and turf. At one time, this was the favorite spot of a very presidential pair. We're sitting here at a very special table.
Yes, it is.
Why is that? What is it about this table?
Well, we had the pleasure and honor to have Secretary of State James Baker be a regular customer. And one day he said, Maria, I'm going to bring my friend over one day. And I said, okay. I said, okay, that's great. So then I get a phone call. It is the office of President George H.W. Bush letting me know that they will be attending Christie's with Secretary of State James Baker. So they came and they sat right here.
At this table?
At this table. And this is why we have a picture of him here sitting at this table. The day that President Bush passed away, Secretary Baker went to go see him, and this is what Secretary Baker told me, that he lit up and he said, where are we going? Where are we going? And Baker said, where do you want to go? And he goes, I want to go to Christie's. And Secretary Baker said, well, we're not going to go to Christie's, we're going to go to heaven. So it was quite an emotional day that day, but that really touched us to know that he associated Secretary Baker with Christie's and good times and normalcy and yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got steak?
Right here.
Pardon me, sir?
It's safe to say Christie's Seafood holds a special place in so many people's hearts. What started continents away has become an important fixture of Houston's heritage. Maria hopes her family continues to feed everyone that walks through their doors for another 100 years, because she knows that's exactly the legacy her father always wanted.
Well, I think from my dad, what we learned the most is loved being with people, and he loved making people happy, and he loved cooking for people too. whenever anything, like if it was 4th of July, it was Memorial Day, or if he saw a good news story, he would say, Maria, God bless America. God bless America. And he meant it. That's how much he loved America, because it afforded him this opportunity to leave a legacy, to get married, to raise 5 children. I think because we're so family oriented, it's a part of us. It's a part of Houston. I grew up in this business. My siblings grew up. The thought of not having a Christie's in our life is not an option. So
you're not worried about this going
No,
on.
not
You're
yet.
you're gonna be here for a while.
Oh yes, I'm going to be 100.
And
Can
be
I
here.
be?
And be the owner up there at the front. You
I
and
would
your
hope
sister.
so. I
and-
would hope so. Yes.
Thanks for hopping in and traveling with us. Now click the subscribe button for more videos like the one you just saw.